Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Brian, and this is you are watching the BrianTMurray YouTube channel. I am doing a review. I'm doing a review of Cobra Kai. Okay, one, I want to give a shout out to Bill Simmons, because he is the first one that really put me on to this. And even then, I still haven't gotten around to it. It wasn't until the guy at one of the lid stores that I go to, and he showed me the new MLB, NBA, and NFL Cobra Kai alternate fitted and snapback caps. And I was like, Cobra Kai, okay, I gotta make it happen. I gotta get into it. I got into it this week. And let me tell you, I was blown away. I've only watched season 1. So I am going to, so far. So I'm going to do a review of season 1. So we are going to review all 10 episodes right now. So I just like the way it opened. And like, one, Karate Kid came out in 1985. So to see them go through this in such great detail, have the old footage, show the old footage and all this other stuff, I was like, yo, this is amazing. This is amazing. It's like, if I had not have watched Karate Kid, this would have totally, this would have totally have caught me up. At least I want to think that. So this was just amazing. So, all right. So I do not even know his name. I mean, the blonde guy in this, man, he has been a villain to people for about almost 40 years now. Which is crazy. It's like, how can you be a bad guy in the public eye for 40 years? They needed to do this for so many reasons, but this was just really good, So it starts out with the opening of the tournament. So we see a very climactic scene. Russo have made that. Oh my goodness, man. He has made that famous for 40 years. This is crazy. I remember there was the girl version of Karate Kid, and it was like too soon in terms of allowing, you know, females to play these men roles. It's like zero interest. I don't think it did well, but I had zero interest. It's like, you're trying to keep something alive, and you're trying to give it to a woman just to keep it alive. What's not going to happen is it's not going to draw men. So I don't know if it did well or not, whatever. Cobra Kai this has been excellent because it has been so versed and it just incorporated, at least thus far in season one, it just incorporated so much, so many people, so many demographics, things you wouldn't even have thought about, so forth. Just really good, really good. So he is working as a fix-it man. You see him doing the cleaning the gutters. You see him putting a big screen TV up. Apparently, he put it in the wrong spot, so words are exchanged that leads to him getting fired. Okay, his life is not on track because he just simply just never recovered. He just never recovered. Speaking of recovering, I know TD Jakes was very heartbroken over his show getting canceled on NBC. But I like what he said in the IG live stream with Pastor Franklin. He said it hurt a lot, but it didn't hurt long once I abstracted the lessons from it. When he said that, that clicked for me. It's like, if it hurts you long, that's your fault. You can't help the fact that it hurts you a lot, but if it hurts you long, you're responsible for that. The moment he said that, I let go of all pain that I knew about, that I was conscious about. I just let it go. Immediately, I let it go. I'm talking about pain I was holding on for 4 years, 5 years. I let it go. Because if it hurts you a lot, that's not your fault. But if it hurts you long, that's your fault. Woo! Woo! Just like when David said, and the Lord spoke, or what was it, Daniel? Could have been David. The Lord spoke, and I was strengthened. When TD Jakes said that, that strengthened me so much. Let it go. I just let it go. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. So I'm seeing him start out in this show in episode 1, and he's just, it comes back to him. What happened 40 years ago, 35 years ago? It just affects him. It just affects him. So he gets fired from his fix-it job. You have his very kind beta male neighbor who comes up to him. He tries to befriend him, and then he just totally blew him off. So you have that happening. Then you see him. Again at the convenience store, where the bullies are messing with him. So he wasn't at all concerned until they bumped or hit or kicked his car. Then he spoke about the car. So the teenage bullies was like, "Oh, dude, what?" So his training, which apparently he hasn't done in a long time, went into action. And let me tell you, He beat those little teenagers in an inch of their life. Had the cops not, he would have killed them little boys. Because they saw he was not an average guy, but they still couldn't let it go. It makes me think about what that joke that Kevin Hart did. He said he was driving with his mother to the mall, and this Asian guy pulled in front of a parking spot. A parking spot he was trying to get, and then they started mouthing off. Okay, naturally, okay, fine. And the guy was like, "You want some?" He was like, "Yeah, come on." And he started hitting his elbows on his knees, and then just immediately was like, "This was a bad idea. This was just a bad idea. This was a very bad idea." So that just cracks me up when you deal with confrontations, man. So cracks me up. So police came, they locked him up. He gets out in the morning. Miguel he drives home. Miguel is there to greet him, and he says, "Hey, I want to learn this karate thing that you know." He comes home, and his stepfather is there to give him money. He won't accept it. You have his stepfather there. I don't know the actor who's playing his stepfather, but he has been. I remember him way back on the Mary Tyler Moore show. That we are, and he has been old ever since I was young. So I don't know, man. Old guy, but famous. I would be blown away to look at his IMDb page. So he's there with his caregiver. You have that going on. So he's driving in his car. He's at where the tournament is. He's in the parking lot. He doesn't have any money. He does not have a job. And this car came and hit his car. I think it is a red, of course, but I believe it is a Camaro. And he freaks out the three teenage girls. It's like you didn't have to respond that way. You did not have to respond in that fashion. Not a good idea. So they flee the scene. The tow guy comes, gets the car, tows it to LaRusso Auto Dealership. It's like, yo, this Cobra Kai got his own universe because everything is just intertwining. This thing is just intertwining. Okay. He pulls up at the dealership in a cab, and what he's trying to do, he's trying to get his car from the dealership, and LaRusso spots him. And he greets him, and they're getting very nostalgic. LaRusso, he looks like he's like 6'5", man. I mean, he looks like a very tall guy. I mean, in Karate Kid, he was a very cute kid. Okay, someone we could all relate to, but he still has his boyish looks, but you can still tell that he's middle age. So it's like, yeah, those 80s pop stars, actors, actresses. That's just how they are, man. It's like, stay in good shape. Everybody is in good shape and everything. And you have them trying to start up stuff because they remember the tournament in two different ways, which happens. Which happens. He's trying to get his car. LaRusso is trying to give him a deal. Then he gives him a ultimate deal. He fixes his car for free. He tries to talk him into a new car. He's like, no, I just want my car, so forth, so on. You have that going on. Then ends episode 1. Here we are, entering episode 2. Strike first. You see LaRusso's house. You see his morning routine. His wife. I've seen his wife on like a variety of things. I think she has a pretty long IMDb page as well. You see, she's like never a main character. She's always like a friend of the main character's wife, or a teacher, or someone passing by, what have you. She is the wife in this storyline, which I don't know. It's just certain actors, actresses that I just don't care about, man. It's like they don't do anything for me. However, the daughter is very cute. The daughter is very cute. So that said, it makes sense if the casting brought her in to make sure that the mother and the daughter look alike, because that's still a interracial marriage. I don't like the fact that people only think about interracial marriages as far as black and white. It's like, no. Interracial is when you have two spouses that are not of the same race. Okay. So you have LaRusso doing his morning routine for the audience. You have this going on, and he drives by the strip mall, and he sees the Cobra Kai. Yeah. Triggered. So you have Miguel there with him, and I mean, I can't tell y'all how hard I laughed throughout season 1. This was hilarious because he doesn't translate well in the 21st century. He's still it doesn't translate well. He has said, whoa, did I just see that Will Smith is one of the executive producers? Wow, man. This is crazy. I mean, this is a Class A production. This is crazy. So, yeah, he just does not translate well. And I like how Miguel was trying to help him, trying to offer some assistance. Like, hey, whoa, you probably shouldn't this or that. And it's just like a culture clash, okay? A generational clash and everything. And it's like, yo, this is so hilarious. So you have Sensei. He does not does not translate well at all. He does not translate well at all. It is crazy. Now stop yapping like a girl. Oh my goodness. Hey, I know what he means. I know what he means. I know what he means, but man, I mean, this is crazy. It's like watching Steve Rogers come out of the iceberg for 70 years. Yeah, not good, not good. So they are under. He's strapped for cash because his dojo is not up to code. Then we go to the Russos is having a party, a backyard party. You see Miguel is hanging in there. You go to the daughter is having a party with her friends. The Russos come home, chastise her, everything. You have that going on. You have the daughter who is FaceTiming on her laptop with her friends. You have Miguel is doing his thing. I mean, it's just easy to spot the nerds. I mean, with all this going on, you have Karate Kid, you have the Revenge of the Nerds, you have like all this stuff happening all at once, man, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is pretty cool. You have the sensei is showing Miguel to keep fighting. They show his son. His son is a cute kid, so very cool casting. The son is in school. He's in trouble. You have that going on. Okay, you have the daughter, LaRusso. The daughter invited the boyfriend over. He is also the ringleader of those that attacked Miguel, and then later the sensei. You have all this going on. LaRusso is kind of figuring that is something off with him. LaRusso stops by the dojo. You have Miguel is trying to help clean, get up to code, and you have LaRusso is letting the sensei know, letting Johnny know that this isn't going to work. And I'm going to play a role to help it not work out. Okay. On to episode 3. It does not at all surprise me that Miguel is from a single mother. He lives with his mother and his nana. You have Miguel going through changes. He's trying to figure it out. His grandmother believes he's in his room masturbating. Teenage humor. I don't care for it. Miguel's mother is attractive, average weight Latina woman. She has dimples. I notice everything. You have Johnny taking Miguel into the pool at the rec center or the school. Very interesting lesson. ties his hands and pushes him into the water, and he says, "Get out of it." And he says, the lesson is to use your legs. I found that to be interesting. Like, if you don't figure this out, you are going to die. Thank goodness he interceded twice to save him, but he still didn't let him out of it until he figured it out. It kind of reminds me of when my brother was teaching me how to drive a stick. Intense stuff. You have the mean girl theme going on. You see the Russo daughter and the mean girl theme going on in Laker Girl cheerleader costumes. You have a Miguel and Johnny's skeleton costume from the first Karate Kid. I thought that was really nostalgic. Johnny knew something was wrong. Miguel was fighting the bully and the guys. Still haven't learned everything he needed to learn. Therefore, it was a loss. You saw improvement, but it was a loss. So it's good to see what Miguel wasn't afraid, but he still got his tail beat. Thankfully, Johnny was putting up flyers and heard commotion, so he went in. He saw Miguel, was like, you gotta keep at it. So the storyline goes to Johnny's son. You have Johnny's carrying Miguel, takes him home. Russo is driving, and I believe that this is when Johnny defaces one of his billboards. Johnny's passed out drunk. I believe the school calls again. You have Russo having his cousin and his co-worker try to fix the billboard. We have Miguel with the nerds, and he comes across the bully again. The Russo daughter hears everything that is happening. It gets bad for her because they have a date at night. He tries to be fresh with her. Be fresh. This is the 80s, right? She says no and fends him off in a very karate way. Okay. You have Miguel getting picked up at school by his mother, which is sweet, but it's not really helping the transformation he got going on. No, number one, it's yeah. Mothers can't be fathers. We know nothing about his father. This has not come up in the storyline at all in season 1. Mothers can't be fathers. So you can see the excruciating pain that he's going through because he's trying to bloom in his manhood, influenced by Johnny. But his mother's like, let's go to the movies, which is a sweet gesture, but it was not timely because of what he's going through. Okay. You have LaRusso is talking to image consultants, if you will, marketing people, and they bring up his competitor down the street, causing problems for LaRusso, especially with his billboard being defaced. We go to Johnny's son's mother, who is at a bar, average weight, a cute woman, and she has a reputation. That happens. That's not at all unique. Johnny is only interested in her because they have a son. Johnny knows he's not responsible. So if you're going to let our son live with you, you have to be the responsible one. You have all of that going on. Single mother living like a party girl, trying to get everything that she can, everything that she can leverage. He makes a comment to the guy she's with. I'm not going to want to repeat it. LaRusso goes to his competitor down the street. They're talking trash. He makes fun of LaRusso because of the billboard. LaRusso snaps and he kicks the beverage out of his hand. You have that going on. Johnny shows up at Miguel's house, talks to your mother, and makes a pledge to her. If you put him under my care again, I'll promise to do it right this time. You have that going on. Surprisingly, the mother lets him. You have the Miguel daughter is upset with LaRusso because of the encounter they had at the school dance. LaRusso got it right. The daughter does not know that he got it right. The punk boyfriend was like, yeah, I was trying to take my penis out, so yeah. Coles. They fixed the LaRusso billboard. Okay. They found out who defaced the billboard. The person, whoever did it, left a Cobra Kai flyer behind, so that's a lead. We are on episode 5. You have Miguel waking up and doing his push-ups. He's with Johnny. You have LaRusso is meeting with the landlord at the strip mall, and he influences him to double everyone's rent because what LaRusso is trying to do is put Cobra Kai out of business. I like the exchange between the two sons is because you have. I mean, we all been through it. You have a ranking system among children. I don't know if it still happens today, but it certainly did when I was younger. Hey, my dad does this. We have a bigger house, whatever. Blah 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 blah. Not even touching on what you don't have. You only focus on what you do have. So that makes sense. So we have Johnny's son talking to his mother. His mother is getting ready for a date. She is leveraging her looks. She is trying to let her know, hey, it'll be nice for us to spend time together. And she's like, no, you don't want me to be alone, do you? The son is very upset with the father, and he's just disappointed in the mother, which is something most sons have to fight through. Is because especially when your parents are not together, the mother is more likely to shoot shots at the father. Maybe he's not any good, but you don't have to convey that to his kid or child or children. If he's a bad guy, don't add on to it. This is cute. The second Cobra Kai member shows up. It is the cute, heavyset black girl, and she wants to learn karate. And see, this is so deep, is because you are talking about, hey, I want to learn to fight. What's really happening is you're knowing how to build confidence. You're trying to build a repertoire of how to defend yourself if things even get messy. So back to the dojo. Johnny says, okay, fight. Miguel's like, wait, what? This is a girl. Why we? Hey, fight! Which is so funny. I think Miguel almost killed her, but she came back at him. And then she tackles him and slams him on the mount, and then jumps on him with her knees in his chest. He says, my ribs. This is hilarious. You have LaRusso's plan being put in effect. The rent has doubled. People can hardly afford regular rent. The mother brings home her dinner guests, not knowing the son is there. Well, she knows he's there. he's awake and he's on the couch, and he puts on some headphones to block out any noises. You have Johnny trying to raise some money by selling some artifacts. Hilarious. You have Russo running into Johnny in the convenience store. Russo. This is where LaRusso loses points with people, because he's using his influence to strangle Cobra Kai. And he's doing it in a very not so nice way. You have the daughter LaRusso. And she's getting embarrassed by her ex. Miguel stands up for her. Not to mention, they have unfinished business by having 2 previous encounters. I like Miguel's burgundy chucks. And Johnny just asked the right questions. Like, did you win? Did you beat him up? You took the lessons I taught you and you used them to straight beat the crap out of those punks. Well, yeah. Follow me. He goes out to the car and he has his gi and he gives it to Diaz. Miguel Diaz. The car is a hoopty, but yet is nicely folded in his trunk with nothing else in the way. I noticed that. Then the son walks around the corner and he sees Johnny and Diaz hugging. So that triggers the son. You have LaRusso going to Mr. Miyagi's gravesite. LaRusso, he's being triggered by stuff that happens 40 years ago. And he's not being the good guy that we have known to love over these past 40 years. So he speaks to Mr. Miyagi's grave. You have all this happening. Now you have LaRusso clearing out one of his rooms because he's turning it into his personal dojo. Yeah. Episode 6, Cobra. good scene here. You have them showing Johnny as a kid because what was said in episode 5 was you're not like us. We are a bunch of nerds and rejects. That triggered him because it forced him to think back to when he was a nerd, a reject, if you will. He just wanted to be a kid, and his stepdad was just very verbally aggressive with him for him to be that age. You have the daughter looking up Diaz on on the internet. You have them cyberbullying her on there. You have Russo who gave Johnny's son a job. Funny. Johnny is at his dojo. It's like 40, 50 some kids there. And again, it's not translating well, which shows just how important Cobra Kai is. Because it's letting them know, hey, if you want to learn how to defend yourself, you got to stop all this political correctness, okay? You have to stop because the world doesn't operate that way. Especially if you're a man, okay? No. When it comes to learning how to defend yourself against our opposition, I like when Johnny approaches the boy, all the kids back up. All the kids back up. I'm like, yeah, man. He told him to punch him. It's not going well. Miguel just shaking his head. It's not going well at all. It's not going. And of course, Johnny is using this as an object lesson. So you have that going on. You have LaRusso is at the. He hires Johnny's son. He is getting punked at the job. We go to the school. No one wants to be friends with LaRusso, the daughter. I'm sorry, a partner for the science project. Miguel speaks up for her and says, "We'll take her." So you have that going on. So weird. Nerds are so weird. You see where she bumps into the other guy, and the guy's just so struck the fact that she touched him, even though it was accidental, and he's being weird because he's sniffing his shoulder where they. It's crazy. It is crazy. So to fast forward to the car dealership. He's trying to move the car while on the show floor, embarrassing a teenage kid. Like, that's not even necessary. That's not even necessary, man. I hate to see stuff like that. I don't like practical jokes. I don't like hazing. I don't like it. It's like is not productive. Okay, so They are at the school. They're working on the science project. Genuine chemistry between uh, the LaRusso daughter and Diaz. She's giving him pointers on his round kick. That's that's cool, man. When you genuinely see people in good faith look at the opposite sex in a way of admiration, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. It's, it's, so they're back at the dojo. Diaz is having a pep talk with Johnny. Is like, hey, you have to tone it down because people are quitting. He's like, well, we don't want quitters. It's like, oh, but you have something to do with it, though. You have something to do with it. That's problematic. You have the LaRusso wife trying to make it right with Johnny's son. They don't know that he's Johnny's son. So let's fast forward here. We have the Walkman, Johnny's Walkman. I remember when my father bought me my first and last Walkman. It cost him $40. We got it from Radio Shack. That was a lot of money at that time. That was a lot of money. But to have a Walkman, oh my goodness. Because I had all these homemade mixtapes that I recorded off of the radio. And I oh my goodness, man. We were going to Skycroft for a church retreat. And I was like, yo, please, I don't need a Walkman with a regular radio. It has to play tapes. Oh my goodness, man. I begged him into that. He went, he got it for me. My life was straight. The ability to listen to whatever music you want. Woo. Woo. This was late 80s. Yeah. Oh my goodness. My gray Walkman. Oh my goodness. Crazy. You have the flashback with Johnny and father grilling his mother and then grilling him, and he puts on the Walkman to get out of that, to kind of block the confrontation out. You have the LaRusso cousin is still pulling pranks. he sends Johnny's son to the Russo late at night and says, he has the sales reports. He opens the manila folder, and it appears to be a girly magazine. So, but it was a thing of destiny, is because he became exposed to the Russo's personal dojo. Then he lets him know, hey, do you want to stay and learn? I can teach you some things. So Johnny is now more remorseful with them. You have Lip, who comes in, and he has his mohawk, which Johnny made a great point. People keep focusing on your lip is because it just stands out. So Lip comes to the dojo with a mohawk. He changed his nickname from Lip to Mohawk because that's what stands out. And it's true. You don't notice the cleft lip because of the mohawk. Good scene. Good scene. On to episode 7. As Johnny's son is learning and doing chores, doing his job around the dealership, LaRusso is showing him how to do everything. You have that going on, and he's teaching him karate towards the end. This makes me think about when I helped the church with their Christmas in July ministry. Is when they select a handful of like elderly saints that has been faithful to the church, and then it's like different teams that are dispersed throughout the area, Maryland, and like they make repairs, they do cleaning, they mow the lawn, they do painting. So I did that my first year because I really didn't know anybody at the church, and what is a great thing to do is when you don't know anybody, do community service. That's how you put yourself out there. You learn people, you meet people, you find a sense of purpose. You kind of feel your way out. I remember when we were, it was like 30 of us fixing up this one house, and like the woman needed everything done, everything. So I'm painting and everything, and I'm doing some other stuff. So I tell the guy who does all the work, like professionally, I was like, look, I've never done this before. Just show me how it's supposed to be done. Because what I don't want to happen is I think I'm doing the right thing and I'm doing it wrong, and then y'all jump on me at the end. We're not having that today, okay? So just show me how it's done. That was so good. Number one, I was transparent with him. I was honest with him, and I gave my expectations. It's like we ain't gonna have you yelling at me at the end of this. I told my brother in passing of that experience, and I was like, growing up, we never had that. Of course, we did housework, we did yard work all the time, but like for real, fix it up work, we never Not only have I never done it, I've never seen anybody do it. So I was in my mid-30s. I was 37, 38 years old. 37, 38 years old. And the guy was patient with me, great teacher, and showing me how to do stuff. And I was like, this is the kind of stuff that your father and uncle shows you. You know, none of that. None of that. I've said several times in previous videos, it was so much that I did not know how to do. So much. So when I get into that environment, I want to learn, and I want to learn how to do it correctly. So yeah, great point. Johnny is teaching the dojo, and he says, hey, so you want to learn how to defend yourself, you want to learn how to fight, but none of you have actually taken a punch in life. So he tasked the girl to punch everybody in the face. That's profound, because that's so very true, because I have not he isn't the first one I've heard say that. I remember when I heard Kevin Samuels say that. He said, as a man, there's nothing more transformative in your life when you get punched in the face. He said when he got punched in the face for the first time, it just changes you. It just changes. It's not until that moment when you really become a man, when you get punched in your face for the very first time. And I was listening and I was receiving all this, and I was like, okay, I get it, okay. So when I hear Johnny say this, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. See, when it comes to self-defense, you want everything to go your way. It's not going to happen that way. You are thinking in terms of you want to give punches. You ain't thinking in terms of, oh, I don't want to be punched. When you're in a real life physical altercation, you don't get to decide that. So it's best that you learn how to take a punch. So yeah, Miguel is waiting around for Samantha. He's trying to ask Samantha out on a date, and she's like, I'm not really into that because I just got out of something that it was really messy. And then they call it a non-date. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because what he should have done was, if she says she's not ready, you should have left it at that. I know Johnny is teaching don't accept defeat. I understand that. But sometimes it's good to know the truth. She wasn't ready. So he pushes on, and against her better advice, she says yes. He says, I will pick you up. Oh, I don't have a car. I only have my bike. And she's like, okay, I will pick you up then. He's like, dude, you rank very low. You have the scheme I like how Johnny's son got involved. He wasn't trying to con them. He wasn't trying to do any of that. He came in with some intentions. Then he reinvented himself, if you will. It makes sense. It makes sense. I remember saying that to someone in the singles ministry years ago. It's like people join the ministry. They may have selfish intentions. Okay, that happens. The intent where people wants to join with you. I mean, a public ministry. Sure, it may not be what it is you want it to be, or it may not be for the right reasons. That's fine. Just know that in the process, they are learning how to become a better disciple. When Jesus chose his 12, these guys were not fit. But as God sees us, he sees us as the end result instead of us going through the process. So you got to learn how to be patient with people. You got to learn how to be patient with people. So, Hawk showed his tattoo. Okay, so Johnny is trying to apply for the competition, and Johnny's trying to force his way in. Diaz is like, "Hey, you can't do everything like that. This is life. You can't do everything that way." So that was cool. So okay. All right. So you have Robbie with the bonsais trees. You have that. You have Johnny is going. He said, "Oh, you look nice. What was it? What's in the suitcase?" Johnny was like, "Nothing." And I think he opened the suitcase to show. Like you didn't have to do that. It's like I would have totally have taken your word for it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So Johnny is heading to the committee meeting to apply for reinstatement because they have a lifetime ban back from 40 years ago. So Diaz and Samantha is on their non-date. It's very much a date. They are enjoying themselves. Then you go back to the committee. LaRusso is on the committee. Then you go back to the dealership. Robbie and his good for nothing friends is trying to understeal a car, and Robbie fights both of them. At the end where he gets overwhelmed, then he points up to the camera to let them know they have your face on camera. So that was cool. That was cool. Back to the non-date, you have Samantha and Robbie hitting it off. And back to the committee meeting where Johnny wins. You have, yeah. I just have a problem. I mean, that's how I learned growing up. It's like the woman should you allow her space to be the aggressor. I'm just on a date or personal situation what have you. I'm not for that. That's I'm not for that. That's more okay for teenagers, but even then, I'm still not a fan for that because women really don't relinquish that power. It doesn't matter if you're 16. It's like Miguel does not see himself as a beta male, and until you are challenged, you will be 30, 40, 50, 60 years old thinking the same way. Why? Because you're going through life unchallenged. Like, why do you allow certain things? Why do you do certain things? Uh, Cobra Kai is back in business. On to episode 8. I like when he takes the quiver of Cobra Kai students to the junkyard. He has the bandana, and they are at a junkyard, and they're eating what appears to be beef jerky. He does a solid whistle, and the dogs come out. This was so this was so funny, man. This is so funny, man. Yo, this is LaRusso son, man. This isn't great, man. LaRusso, the mother, comes to town. All LaRusso did was marry another version of his mother. Just dominant women in his life. It's like, yeah, you know karate, but you are controlled by the women in your life. Everyone from your mother to your wife to your daughter. Crazy. You have Johnny telling Diaz the story, the twisted story. He wasn't telling him the truth. He made Russo out to be the villain of the story, which is not true. They have a confrontation at the house. You have Johnny dropping off Diaz, and then Diaz's mother invites him in for dinner, which is a good idea. It's like you have this man influencing your son. It's like at some point you should get to know him. You have this elongated grace. Johnny sat there opening one eye like, yo, you still saying grace? This is crazy. got the dinner going on. You have Diaz and Samantha talking. He's talking to his father. She puts it in a tone because LaRusso don't want Samantha seeing or being around any other folks with Cobra Kai. She's just saying something to placate him, and it offends Diaz. So you know you have one of those type of miscommunication things that's so frustrating that we have all been through. You have Robbie who comes to the house and he sees Samantha um, at the pool. Russo takes Robbie out to the woods to do further training. You have you have Hawk, you have Diaz, and you have Aisha who is at the movie, and Diaz is expressing his frustration with what's happening between him and Samantha and everything. They are trying to encourage him. Back to Robbie and Russo. He's further teaching. Um, then the scene goes to Johnny going back to his stepfather, paying his stepfather back. Nonsense. So Diaz comes to the LaRusso household. He sees Robbie there. He doesn't know who Robbie is, but she thinks she has moved on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to starting season two. But man, by the time I do all this filming tonight, I'll probably want more time. I think Johnny is writing a letter to Robbie. And he goes out. He sees the LaRusso cousin and a couple of dudes beating on his car. Then they eventually set the car on fire. Johnny comes out. Before they set it on fire, Johnny deals with the guys. So we're going into episode 9. You have Johnny coming to the LaRusso house, getting ready to fight because they believe that he believes that LaRusso sent them to set his car on fire. Yeah, I understand Diaz hurt. I understand Diaz hurt. Even though it's all a misunderstanding, I understand Diaz hurt. Because when a man or a boy, the most unique thing about us is, believe it or not, it is our passion. It is our passion. Once we get around caring about a young lady or something, and it's not reciprocated back, we get very angry. We get very angry because we look foolish. We look foolish. I mean, we're trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and everything, but but uh, but we look very foolish, and it's never a great feeling. Not saying that women don't go through that as well, but yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. So so you have Johnny and LaRusso getting ready to fight. You have the wife, the Russo wife, come and deals with it like hey, just you know, let's sit down and let's eat breakfast. You have that going on. I like how everyone from Cobra Kai is hanging out together because that's also part of the reason why you want to get involved and do social activities is because you're meeting other people that's in the same situation as you. As long as you're by yourself, you think it's only you. That's why you need to get out and be more sociable and so forth and so on. Because you have to make your life happen. No one is going to make it happen for you. Um, Samantha gets punished by the mother because Johnny mentions about your daughter ran in ran into my car. They're like, "What are you talking about?" Then when the mother asked her, she told the truth and all, and then she got punished. The Russo gives him a Chevy. I think it is a Challenger or a Charger. Very, very Johnny like. So you have that going on. They go back to the apartment complex to where LaRusso lived, moved from Jersey to. You have Samantha at the dinner table doing her homework. The mother is doing work. You have Diaz is trying to contact Samantha. It's not going well. You have the Mean Girls who posted on social media that they're having a party, and the Cobra Kai members, the Cobra Kai members, they see that. I like how Moon is crushing on Hawk. It happens. It's probably not it's not an ordinary thing, but it happens. I like it. I like it. I do. Diaz is very heartbroken, disappointed that Samantha has not gotten back to him. He has no idea what is happening with her. Um, Samantha is still punished. Robbie comes to save her because Robbie comes in the house acting like he's injured. The mother's hurt. The mother asks Samantha to take Robbie home, and they go to the party together. You have the Mean Girls. You had the nerd. walk up to the blonde, was like, yeah, I could totally get her. No, no, you can't. So Moon stands up to her. We see this is what's happening. Karate is in this. Yasmin, you have karate that is in the center of this. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. So this is crazy. Yes, Samantha and Robbie showing up at the party. Diaz sees Robbie and immediately gets violent, which and he makes a mistake and he hits Samantha. so she breaks up with him and blames his teaching at Cobra Kai that is happening. So Johnny and LaRusso gets back to the dojo. Robbie shows up, and all three are triggered. Robbie, Johnny, and LaRusso. Yeah. This is great. This is great. Okay. Last episode of season 1, you have the tournament. You have all this going on. Diaz is only wishing, hey, I just want to get back with Samantha. Nothing else matters. The wife, LaRusso's wife, is talking to LaRusso like, hey, are we going? Not this year. They end up going because Robbie is also in it. They are at the tournament. You have them fighting. You have them going at it. You have Samantha and Aisha kind of make up a little because Samantha didn't support her when she was being bullied. So I can understand that. You have the fights going on. I like the real funny fight was when one of the big ones from the bigger fighters was fighting the real tiny one from Cobra Kai. That was so cute. It's like, yo, you're like 75 pounds. The guy you're fighting got like 50 pounds on you. So you have Robbie and Hawk go on. Robbie beats Hawk. Samantha and Diaz, they are talking. It's not going well. Samantha's like, I'm going to leave, Mom. Can we leave? Well, no, she says I can call an Uber. You have that going on. Robbie has an injured shoulder, and Diaz focuses on his injury. Cute medic. Average weight. Back to the fight. Diaz thinks about his sensei. I'm sorry, Johnny thinks about his sensei. Crazy. Robbie goes on. He loses the fight. Diaz is only interested in what Samantha thinks. Can't find her. She left. She goes to her dad's dojo and does a move indicating that she will get more involved in the fighting. So LaRusso tells Robbie I'm going to. It's just not enough to have a personal dojo. I'm going to open up a school to teach people how to fight. Johnny has the trophy. He is the champ, and his sensei walks in. Very dramatic ending, and it's like, yo, we thought season one was good. Just wait until this happens. So, yeah. This was outstanding. This was outstanding. This was outstanding. So, very cool. So, I wanted to do a review of season one. I mean, as y'all know, I don't do long reviews. I do them by episode, by Disney Plus or whatever. But when I was watching this, I was like, I gotta do this one. I gotta do this one. So thank you for hanging in with me. So I will see you in a little bit. All right, take care. Bye.